Start the stream, uninstall the advanced, check to see if audio is fixed, someone say something. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Alright, this is our life now.
Is it?
It's the only fucking thing that seems to work. Like, Twitch is a mess. It's just, I'm basically banging rocks in a way that I know that works.
Hell yeah.
Don't worry, Twitch is a mess at this point. That's why everyone is leaving. Or doing backups at least.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the very least, I'm using this as recording software. Pedro, go make sure the audio is okay. You didn't do your job before.
What?
Can't just keep checking every time.
Forfeit your right to talk in the stream and just listen to the stream.
The entire time.
Oh boy.
I'm paying you in your life.
Huh? That's not okay. You can't do that.
Well, if you prefer, I'll
It's
take
a
it
bit
away.
low. Quality-wise, it's good, but everyone's a bit low, basically.
Alright.
Alright, volume's higher.
Also,
Oh boy.
Now Pat begins his classic screamo phase.
Fucking screeches.
Tyranny, that's Pat's job.
Yeah. Do it, Pat.
Karen wants it today.
I don't wanna. I can't
You should-
possibly do it as terribly as you do.
But you can.
I can't.
Believe in yourself.
I don't wanna.
Too bad.
Pat is like, my curse, I'm free.
Pat believes in you. So before we start, you guys were discussing a lot of possibilities, right?
Well, we discussed a lot about Demo mostly, but for this right now, we were discussing between two possibilities, between going directly to Suit Barrow, but while we'd be more comfortable there, because it's more civilized and stuff like that, we also would have probably a military outpost there. So I specifically don't know if that's the greatest idea. The other point is we can just stay in a little village and finish the car there, and maybe we could talk to Nazi from there, since it's less likely that they will intercept a call from just a random phone. But yeah, that's it for me at least.
I understand your reasoning, and a lot of it's right. But if you're contacting not a Nazi, they're people, like anyone listening in will know where you are.
Yeah.
He says
we tell
he
them?
was talking about contacting after the car is done. So 24 days later.
I would
Oh,
recommend that we try and send a letter, because that's at least something that might be
too.
fucking unnoticed.
Also, I feel like if we don't say anything for 24 days, there's a good chance that they'll come back to the ward and be like, "Hey, you sent us an empty letter."
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to say that we should probably send a fucking letter of some sort, something that's not like, hey, this is where we are and this is where we're calling from, but no, we just sent a dude.
I mean, the thing is that unless we do that in a different town, they'll probably say, "Hey, where you came from?" And they'll be like, "This place."
I mean, we can stop in one town, get the courier, go to another town, and back up there.
I guess. No, but yeah, we need to send something to not a Nazi, because otherwise, yeah, they'll just receive the report we stole just a bit later, and will still be problems.
They could say that the fucking, we could send something for a non-Nazi, be like, yeah, the warden took leave of his fucking senses on account of Stefan
Although now there's a
fucking
thing.
with his mind.
If we say the thing of sending the letter in a place and going another, Why don't you go to a place, make a phone call, then go to another?
Because it's much easier to listen in on a phone call than to intercept a letter.
I mean, I doubt it,
As
because
we've
the guy
seen.
don't forget that the guy, depending on what he does, he probably needs to go to the gate of the military base and offer and say, hey, I have a letter to deliver. And someone may ask, oh, to whom and from? And depending on who it passes by, they'll be like, oh, yes, give it to me, I'll give it to him.
I
And
don't
they
think
just
they're
open
gonna
it.
ask from who, because the guy's not gonna know us.
To be fair, I do believe it's very easy for them to know where the letter came from.
Yeah, and it's easy, and it's very easy to also just, open the letter after getting it. Because that's the thing, because the guy can't just
I
go
like how
directly
after
to
you
not a naughty.
guys, I like how after you guys like throw out a point, Pedro's like, yeah, and here's another point, you stupid idiot, me.
Okay, then what do you want to do, Pedro?
Like I said, we do a phone call on a place and then go to a different one.
But then someone's gonna hear us, Pedro.
There's only 2 ways of contacting, at least by phone.
If
We
we
just
can
do it
send a
and
letter in
move.
one place that we're not, I don't see how that's
The
worse
letter can
than
also
getting a
be
phone
edited.
call.
Or just
What?
plain out removed. That's the thing, the letter has many more inconveniences
Okay,
that can
no,
happen in the
wait.
middle.
No, but that's the thing. No, Pedro. That's the thing you're not understanding. The only job we need to do is to communicate with your officer. If we send a letter and he doesn't receive it and gives us order, we're still fine.
No, the problem more is the fact that he won't get information, but the guy from the
But
fucking
if someone's
prison will.
listening in on the fucking phone call and we tell him that what we know, then the people that were listening in also know it, so it's bad to have told him.
Okay, but if
If
we
the
don't do
letter,
anything, the whole thing we did about stealing the letter from the warden won't accomplish nothing, basically.
I'm not saying we should do nothing.
Yes, but sending a letter also has, in my point of view, has more problems than a phone call. Because again, the letter won't go directly to him. There will be people in the middle. Because you can't just walk up into a military base and go to an officer and be like, "There we go."
Okay. Oh,
I'm
I
just
guess.
imagining the talk it'll be,
Did our
yeah, I think
superior
your
officer
rat
teach us any
stole a
ciphers?
letter. I think your rat stole a letter. My defense will be, I didn't steal a letter. I didn't even go near it.
How
I
about
was
we
after the
do?
catalytic converter.
How about we do this? And I think this might work out best. We send Tori with the letter.
I mean, I guess yeah, if it's one of us, they won't be able to just stop us.
Like,
The only problem is that he's still. I guess
yeah.
if they're not expecting, they won't be able to just send someone higher up and to just intercept him because they won't be aware of him. Yeah.
That is because supposedly, like, and this is thing is I don't know any character, but like, Nazi had this conversation with Shori. I think it could be good for Ibnal to also just go deliver them a letter. I also know Steven has decent charisma.
It's also the case that nobody's gonna be able to just like steal shit from him because he's at least the one that's best. I think probably.
Yeah, it's hidden in his robot ass. I know he does it, but I can only fucking imagine Shuri every time just steal ass. Two propulsors coming out, he just starts flying like that.
The main thing I'm viewing as a problem with this plan is if you just drop Shory off in the middle of some small town, he'd have to
Can you
like
take the
walk
car?
somewhere. Yeah, he'd take forever just to get to the main area.
Can
Shuri?
Shuri drive the car? Because we are building a new one, so we don't need the old one.
That's a
Also
good
just-
point. If you were to do that, like Shory just takes the
No,
car and you guys
wait.
are abandoned.
I mean, there's also the thing, there's trains.
I'm gonna be right back.
There's what?
Yeah, I just said
Train.
if you drop him off in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, no, not be in the middle of nowhere. Like, if we go to a town, I'm sure a train goes from, like, there to Suitbarrow to Onyxvale to Noxham, things like that.
I mean, maybe,
Also, in
but
chat,
maybe the
Shuri
train
does not know how
just
to
goes
drive.
past because it's like one of those. What's a good way to explain this? You know how there are, you know how cars had that town where when the new highway was built in, their shitty town
It's a
started getting
defunct
avoided.
station.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Wait, there's an easy solution.
What I'm just saying is you're talking about some town between Barrow and Gragalev. There might not be a
No.
reason for a train to go through there.
okay, but then we check.
You can also, as long as it passes there, even if it doesn't stop, if it passes, you can just jump on.
What? No, Pedro.
Pedro.
Come
What?
on, bro.
So you just stands in front of the
Would you,
tracks and hopes.
if you were on the highway, if you were standing on the side of a road and a car zoomed by, it, I don't know, what, 70 kilometers an hour, would you go, I could jump on that?
Well, there's a difference. Shuri
No.
is
Shuri-
superhuman.
Shuri gets on the train by like launching his hand like this.
Like, the
Pedro,
guy has a grappling hook,
I will
ungodly
ask.
amount of strength, and arms with jet thrusters.
I will
Normal logic
ask
does not
you
apply
this:
to him.
do you want Shuri to commit Grand Theft Auto?
Why don't I just like?
Then shut up with that shit.
I
Is
kinda
Well,
want
not
to.
some.
Grand
How far
Theft
is?
Loco at that point?
I
Oh.
don't see why like I could just drop Shori outside of fucking Noxum. Do
You
a
Well,
could.
that's that is just suspicious as all fuck.
Is it?
Not if they don't see it.
Yes, Pedro. Fucking the idea of there is a group in the military that hates us, like the group part should kind of be enunciated in that shit.
To be fair, they ate not enough.
Yeah, but we're
They're
also
just
like the
associated.
dumbest unit ever. So is
I-
it that suspicious for us to do something stupid?
I really like the idea where it's just like all these soldiers start like you stop outside of Noxum. There's all these fucking soldiers on the gates because it's a fucking big military city, and I mean you're a big fucking military country, so there's all these soldiers and guards, and you just drop Shori out, and there are people looking at you going like, "What's going on here?" And then you go beep beep. Do you have the letter? Yes. Do you have your lunch? Yes. Did you know that I love you? Yes.
No, you
Where's
gotta
your
say it
jacket?
back.
Yeah, you gotta
Where's
say it
your
back. Yeah, where's your jacket?
Show me where your wallet is.
You stole it from me yesterday.
Run
I
them
know.
pockets.
Here's a $20 bill. Don't spend it all in one place.
I'm going
This
to
isn't enough.
McDonald's. No, McDonald's is normal food.
I love the idea. It's like $20. This isn't enough for even the way there. It's like you get $20 or nothing. Okay. That's how most military people quit. Is if they had to spend too much money in the trips. Do you have your receipt to get your money back? No. What happened? The car exploded.
To be fair,
Right?
being handed a 20 in this like fucking Steamworks 1980-esque, not 1920-esque, like gangster land is like the equivalent of someone handing you $200 today for fast food.
No, I get it. It's more of the idea that like someone pulls a gun while you're in your car. You're in combat now. You immediately crash.
Yeah. I was just pointing out
It's
the very
just a
first
banana,
thing.
Michael. How much could it cost? $20?
I was just pointing out that very first thing Joe said, where it's like, this isn't enough. I'm like, yeah, it is.
Oh, I know it is. I know like the coal for these cars isn't that much. It's more of the joke.
The problem is after eating $20 worth of McDonald's and then driving back to your city outside of Suit Barrow, Kieran's stomach gurgles and Ingram has now entered combat. He's fighting for his fucking life.
I don't know what would just stop me from stopping the car and taking a shit outside.
That is fair, David.
Because the very first second it begins, your crash.
It's not polite. It's not polite. That would
I
stop
do-
him.
I don't know what stops me from stopping the car and taking a shit outside. Man, 14 feet outside of city.
He's outside, isn't he?
Yeah, the guards are like, so this is our report. It seemed like Ingram and Shori drove up after a brief bout which could only be inspired from serving directly under not a Nazi. They drove out somewhere out of our view, and then came back. Then Ingram, without Shori, took a shit outside of the city. I believe they understand that we're after them, and they're making a message.
They made one
An
right in front of
avalanche
him.
of McDonald's bags followed behind Ingram as he left the car.
Could you imagine whatever like big bad here is just like an officer with eating 20 bags of McDonald's? Absolutely, he made a point. An officer would never eat McDonald's. They make too much.
I do like the fucking point, David, of now I just imagine whatever villain like is against us just sounds like the Monarch. 'Cause they heard you say all that in his voice.
Did you hear the monarch in that voice?
No, not in that voice, but I heard what you said in his voice.
Oh, you mean just
He
the
replayed it in his head as the
what
monarch.
you mean like an officer would never make that much money. They're mocking me. Like,
Basically. That's reminding me of another character, actually. Ooh. I don't have a good memory. My mind is slipping.
Christ.
That reminds me of another character. I forget.
so yeah, you want to go with the drop Shori outside the city plan, or do you want to pick something that's less?
Dumb.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
What was the problem with him taking a train?
It's just the fact that if you want to take him to a train,
We
you should
would
drop him
have to
outside
go
Super.
all the way to the bigger town.
Yeah, we can drop him in Sudbury. We just won't go there ourselves. We can't
Yeah.
even wait for him to check if a train goes there. That's not the issue here.
Keep reading this giant fucking thing that Pat wrote as evil dense.
What did I write?
On the map.
Oh.
What do you mean, what did I write? There's like a fucking 40-page font. Like people are in Noxum are looking up and seeing an eye blot out the sky.
It's
Well, I
the
guess
meme with like
this isn't needed anymore. So
Oh yeah, Greg's
Gee.
fucking cheese.
it's the meme where it's like if I see a hologram lit in the sky of an advertisement, I'm gonna fucking murder someone.
if
You
I
know,
see an advertisement in space, ooh,
whatever Pat said.
So, what are you guys thinking of doing then?
I mean, we need to finish the car, so that will take a while. Is there
22 days.
Mm-hmm. Thing is, but yeah, beyond that, I would be finally crafting that long arm I was going to craft.
Okay.
I don't remember if we had any other thing. Mostly is if in between, like we get instructions from not Nazi through Shori. That's another thing, but it's more of the thing that's yeah, we really needed to finish the car and try to lay low for a bit. It's just that Stefan was really a problem on our noggin.
Alright. Here, let me do this. Just so that I'm clear of what you did here. Do you A, train Shori away, B, you drop him outside and get McDonald's, sponsored by McDonald's and the new Dos Locos Volcano Tacos, C, make that
McDonald's
motherfucker
tacos.
walk.
Well, it would buy us more time.
Yeah, but then the thing might get there before it, so
Not
60
sure.
40.
No, just kidding. No, but yeah, train.
You should be able to walk actually before you finish the car.
Well, I'm talking about the fucking
letter.
warden's message is gonna get there first, and then they're gonna be like, "Why the fuck is it blank?"
Oh well, yeah.
Wait, hold up. I do need to clarify. It's 22 days at a normal speed, but I'm exhausting myself, so it'll only be 11 days.
Good.
What the hell?
We do
Good
need that.
overwork, yes.
Alright.
I'm just letting you know. I am double timing this, so at the end of 22 days, Grack, I'm gonna make an executive decision. Say Grack will be mechanically exhausted.
Don't you mean 11 days?
Shut up. He's mentally exhausted already.
Yeah.
Didn't you know? He had
Kieran.
to blow up a prison to escape.
Kieran,
Okay. What?
after dropping the party off in some bumfuck nowhere town where the population goes, yeehaw, looks like I better go change the sign from 6 to 11. And,
Nice.
Yeah,
Wait,
Yeah.
Greg counts as a full person?
no.
Then who's counting as 2 people?
the car.
Trugar.
Oh wait, if Krieger cuts his two people, just
So yeah, you drive out of town, and as the man's writing down 11, he just starts grumbling and putting down 9. And there's like the sign's just fucking covered in crossouts. You drive out into Soup Barrow to drop Shory off on a train, but give me a perception as you're paranoid in the brain.
Okay. Is this the same day as we're leaving?
Now it'd probably be like the next day, or like 4 a.m. I guess if you never stopped. Just as valid as a possibility.
Bro, I'm gonna use Inspired.
Sure. Would
See,
you like
it's
to
so
keep
good
that?
that I did? Not really.
I'll let you keep that.
That's 41.
Okay.
Plus 4 versus traps.
So since you've never slept this entire time, it's like in the middle of like the fucking crack of midnight. You're driving up into Soup Barrow. It's dark. There are street lights with lighting the way when you start getting inside of the city, and going through the industrialized streets where there's nobody really awake, and you're like stopping outside of an area to like kick Shory out, like go to the train station, take this letter. And Shory's just like, "What about my McDonald's money?" He goes, "That was a hypothetical. I'm keeping my money."
Yeah, I'm poor.
You thought
They
I would
lied about
actually
officers getting good money.
every time
That
I
was
get
a hypothetical.
Yeah, Ingram goes, every time I get a paycheck, there's this big pay deduction for being, like, rude or something. I don't understand it. Punishment? I don't get it. Something about being 20 years late to service. I don't know.
I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm clearly doing service right now. I can't be 20 years late to right now.
But with your 41, throughout your, not really populated streets, just the fact that you might catch, a person opening their window and peeking out in the middle of the night to see what all the noise is, and you might be thinking, there are eyes everywhere watching us. But more paranoid is that there are some crows or ravens just kind of fluttering about upon the telephone lines, and you're thinking, my God, they're trading the birds to spy on us.
Vidra.
You probably did it already.
My dad was right. They are government drones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think our enemy might be Swain. I don't know
Or
what's happening.
Scott.
Yeah, or like this is stunning bad.
Our enemy is the crow.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
If only Ingram knew
You
his nature checks better.
young young baby.
Said if only
Pat.
you knew your nature checks better, you'd be able to tell if they were crows or ravens.
I have nature.
Yeah,
Pat.
if only you had it.
Did you think that also
I
might be
have
because
nature.
we don't live in freaking America?
Yeah, they're ravens, maybe. It's hard to tell. It's fucking. They're up on telephone poles in the middle of midnight. They're really just like black splotches.
I mean, you can tell. How many are there?
I mean,
A murder of them.
yeah, that's one way to put it.
That's
I was
crows.
That's
gonna.
crows.
I was gonna say like somewhere in the vicinity of a couple hundred in the city.
They're crows.
Yeah, a group of ravens is an unkindness.
And,
Or a
and
rave,
ravens
or a
don't tend to group
conspiracy.
up that much.
A treachery or a flock.
I mean, the thing is if there are ravens in the mix, how paranoid you gonna get?
I mean, it's whatever. It's not like birds are gonna tell them that England's here. They don't talk, right?
They do.
Ignore the fact
You
that
heard
they
them.
say urgent.
Also, crows and ravens are animals that talk.
What? I mean, that might just be the only word they know.
No, they
100
actually
miles away. Urgent, urgent. Ingram, a bitch.
they actually know how to
They,
talk. Slightly.
They know how to parrot words.
Well, it's
The
a good
ones-
thing nobody's saying Ingram's here.
Yeah, the things that are saying urgent is because they were trained to say that.
I just thought of something really funny to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Something
Right.
tells me that this is not going to be very funny.
I mean, it's not like now it would be like a fucking horror story if they all started going urgent at him, but they're not. So it's still just one of those things where Ingram they were probably there to begin with, but because Ingram's starting to like pay attention to crows and ravens, he's starting to notice like these fucking things are everywhere. I can't believe we made these the national bird.
That makes more
You
sense.
know, like,
that they're
no,
the
wait.
national.
That makes more sense.
That's the point.
It's kind of fucked up. The military would make the national bird do their fucking message gathering.
I mean, they're the national bird because they're also one of the best national workers.
They're national birds, but they're also slaves to the government.
I think I made them the national bird out of character because they're the most intelligent bird. But in character, I think it had something to do with how my caucus liked corvids.
Well, I mean, he's just seeing them, and it's just like, I wonder if I should mix up an invisibility and just go side the car.
There's an unkind murder watching you.
Can I just say, if you do
Your
this,
40 perception notices that they are looking at you, but also you are the only fucking thing on the road in the middle of the night. So
also if Ingram does take invisibility, I just can imagine like in a week or two, just the rumors of a ghost car coming around.
Well then, yeah, absolutely. If they're only looking at me, I just don't want them looking at me. So I'm just gonna start like as I'm driving, mix up like. Children, don't do this. Don't mix and drive. I'm a professional. Just start mixing up invisibilities.
Are you a professional driver?
Give me your drive check. If you roll a 1, that's all I'm looking for, just to punish you. You're fine.
Hey, there's a 1.
I just figured it'd be really funny. It was like, kids don't drink and drive. I'm a professional.
Yeah, for whatever 7 times 8 minutes is, I'll just have 7 uses of invisibility.
My man is like leaning back with his foot on the wheel, mixing shit.
For the next hour or so.
Look. Drunk drivers only became a problem when they made it illegal.
Me, God's
With
strongest
all the drunk crashers.
Me, God's strongest drunk driver. You, a sinner.
Do remember that no one here actually endorses whatever he just said. Who am I talking about?
The problem. It's all the drunk crashers.
No, I was actually serious. back in like the 40s, it wasn't illegal.
Of course it wasn't. People were fucking
A lot of
stupid.
things weren't illegal at that point.
Don't worry, this man can smoke in front of his baby because it hasn't been invented that that's bad yet.
Yeah, they can also smoke on this
in the-
enclosed plane, and also in the restaurant.
The
And
reason they
people
made
lived to
that
the
illegal
ripe
is because
age of 99.
the reason they made that illegal is eventually people like me started killing those people. They didn't know that it was bad. They just knew that they had to have that stop.
I mean, he makes a fine point. Murder should be fairly okay.
No,
So
I'm pretty sure that one's always been bad.
No.
Depend-
Murderer's half the national animal.
You gotta keep it quiet.
Ugh. Well, I guess Ingram drives back invisibly, and
Just a
Mhm.
car with
Ghost
Did
no one
anyone
car.
in it.
scream there's a ghost car at any point?
I mean, I'm sure whoever's peeking through their windows might spread the rumor one day. They're like, there's a car with nobody driving it. And some other guy's like, have you heard about the foot racer? So Ingram drives up to the middle of bumfuck in the middle of nowhere. How long does your invisibility last?
56 minutes.
Right, so your invisibility would have worn off. I don't know if you wanted to just drink more of them.
I don't have more of them.
All right, your
That's
invisibility.
after all of them.
Your invisibility wears off as you pull into the town and step out at like the middle of like 3 a.m. checking up on the party and where they are. If you want, we can discuss what you guys did, but I'm pretty sure you just want to rest and build cars for 11 days. So we can zoom through that. So, but just to increase Kieran's paranoia as he steps out, shuts the door, a bird on the roof of his car goes,
You can't save.
Kid's dying. Quick, save the bird.
Oh.
No, put it out of his misery. Shit it.
The doctor, he can't do that.
It's not saying words at me, so I don't give a fuck about it. I'll just like slam the door closed and start like skating away.
You guys all heard here. Kieran hates the mute.
Yeah. I despise mute birds.
If you can't do enough of an effort to talk to me, then you can die for all I care.
isn't that the
Straight
opposite of what's going on?
I mean, specifically talk, David.
Yeah, I mean, but he doesn't hate the mute because he said he's not going to shoot the bird because it's not talking.
No, but he's also not going to help it.
The joke was
Okay.
that you made it go like
I-
it
I
was
s-
dying.
I said caw, but try to make it more birdie.
Oh,
Yeah,
you just
made
sound
it
like you were
sound
dying.
like it was more dying.
That's fine. Someone sent me another message about the fucking Skullgirls thing going on. Have you guys heard about that?
Nope.
No.
Oh yeah, someone bought them out, kicked all the original devs out, and then censored the game.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man, that
they
fucking reaction from
changed
Kieran.
backstories because they had
fuck?
bad things happen in it.
Oh yeah, you know, like Big Bang, my favorite character. They removed the part where the police beat him to death because it's
What's
too
the
much.
point then?
Because it's too much like police on black crime.
Really?
instrument
No
man.
way. Maybe that was the point.
Which-
They forgot that
the
part
point was
the
that Big
bad part.
No. The point was that Big Bang was a cop, and that the other cops were corrupt. And then when he tried to fix things, the other corrupt cops killed him, more or less. But they still said, "Well, Big Bang's a black man, and they're cops, so this is bad." They censored a lot of other things, like they got rid of like every panty shot in the game, which I don't really care, but
They got rid of Big Band's thing, but they still let Peacock become a child slave.
Yeah.
What the hell?
They got rid of all the militaristic stuff that
Oh,
had
yeah.
armbands, just
Yeah.
because other
Par-
militaries have had armbands.
Parasol no longer has her armband, and it's labeled as too much like Nazi symbology.
No one was thinking that until you said it, dum dums.
No, I mean, I understood that it looked like a Nazi armband, but I think it pointed out the fact that they're a military junta. Like, they're fucking tyrants in a way, but she's also, in her story, even though the city, like, it makes sense that the country has to be the way it is when every fucking 7 years a supernatural magic skull girl fucking goes by and starts destroying everything. I too would want my fucking leader to have the power to fucking shoot napalm out of their gun.
Well, I was never too big Skull Girls, now less so.
Well,
Because they
Yeah.
took the
the
panty
biggest
shots.
problem is they're doing this
There.
to
Yeah.
people who bought the art book.
Yeah, they
So now the
removed
people
art
who
from the art
had an
book.
art book don't have that art in it anymore.
Well, now, just ask for running back. Like, question, they fucking messed with my product.
But
Like-
yeah, someone sent me the comment about it. One of my other friends, because they're saying that they were looking at how to restore the cut content on the Reddit, thinking that other people would have ways, and every guide that explains how to do it is being removed by the moderators of the Reddit because it's not keeping the community safe. So they're just trying to say that the Reddit is also, I guess, compromised.
Oh, well.
Which, yeah, I mean, I understand it doesn't sound that interesting, but
I mean, it's
it
less
is
than
kind
sounds.
of fucked.
No, it is very fine. It's not. It's not that it doesn't sound interesting. It's just like so much shit of the sort is happening that at a certain point it's not surprising anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna make this the whole point where it's like this is the real problem of like online digital gaming, where if I had a physical copy of Skullgirls or whatever, yeah, like sure I wouldn't be getting all the fucking Super Smash Bros. DLC shit that comes out, but they wouldn't be able to take shit out of my game after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't really care about some of these changes personally, because I mean at the end of the day it's still a fighting game that I haven't even touched in a long time anyways. But the fact that I paid like $35 for this game, and I mean like I'm kind of including some of the DLC prices in there, but the fact that I paid money for this game and then they removed stuff from it after I paid for it, I don't like that. Like, what stops me from getting a fucking video game that does not require an online service to play? It's just a fucking single player game. And then somebody goes, we've removed this entire chapter of the game, cutting the game's runtime of 8 hours to 2 hours because we didn't like all of this stuff in the game. And it's still a $60 game if you paid for it. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, I should be able to access all that stuff I paid for.
Yeah, I do agree. It's one of my like while buying shit on Steam. It's one of my like biggest fears. Like if Steam ever goes out of business and like suddenly.
I mean, on
Which
that one, there's still at least a thing of if they warn you, can technically download the games, keep them as local files, but yes, it's still
I mean, yeah, it would
a
have.
danger, let's say like that.
Yeah, it would make you have to literally download all of your games and like zip all of them if you don't
Yeah.
want to lose them.
Which, to be fair, most of them are probably already in the internet because of all of the hacks and such. Not hacks, but pirates. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, besides all that like cosmetic stuff, they apparently removed some quality of life features that made people upset. And the main thing that I think that pisses everybody off is that the new owners said if you don't like it, make your own game, which I would maybe stand behind if they actually made the fucking game, but they
Yeah, I'm
didn't.
thinking like
It's like,
that's a bit
okay,
hypocrite when you didn't
where's
make
your
the
fucking
day.
game?
And if he fucking says, "Well, we paid for it," it's like, so did we.
It's like, go on.
And if he says, "Oh well, but I paid more," we can say, "Well, don't waste your money then. The game's for less than $60. Why spend 60 million or
Let's
whatever the fuck now you spend?"
clever fucking say this. Like, okay, let's count how many copies there are and how much it costs, and see if you paid more than that. Stupid.
I'm gonna have to pull out the big guns to destroy the new Lab Zero or whatever the fuck Skullgirls is owned by. I'm gonna have to illegally
Okay, now
download
just imagine-
Skullgirls and then
I know,
keep
just
doing
imagine-
that until they've lost $1 bajillion and I have to buy it. Then I'll uninstall all my illegal copies, giving me a net positive of $1 bajillion.
Oh man, yeah.
Now just now here's the thing: did they buy the name Skullgirl or specifically the one that exists? Because since you
Bought the
mentioned that they
company.
fired
What?
everyone that worked on the game, I now just imagine they still have the rights to the name, so they just open a company and
They
make
bought
Skullgirls too.
They bought the
They
company.
bought the company.
I was also going to
Was
say,
that
I don't
right?
think Pedro knows how fucking copyrights work. If somebody buys the rights to a game,
They did.
you can't
they
go,
didn't
I'm going to
just
make the
buy-
sequel now.
That
They didn't just
technically
buy the
depends on what
IP.
they buy,
They
because
didn't
you
buy the IP. They bought the company,
And everything
which
it own.
includes the IP.
Yeah, that's okay.
I don't think that needs to be always the rule. It usually is, but I don't think it's mandatory.
Okay, but if they didn't
Mm,
have the IP,
Pedro.
then they wouldn't be able to say they're the developers of the game, which they do.
But
Pedro,
but
you
even
work
if
on-
they
I'm not
just
calling
even
them
if-
the developers of the game.
even
I'm
if
calling
they
them
just
the...
bought the rights to the game, right, and they didn't own the name, the original devs can't make a Skullgirls 2 and sell it as Skullgirls 2 because they don't have the rights to Skullgirls 1. They could make a game called Skullgirls 2, like there's nothing physically stopping them, but it'll be a whole host of legal mess.
That they won't win because the people that literally just if people just bought them out, like it's this kind
this
of
is also a fucking story about why you shouldn't sell your product that you love, because Skullgirls, the guy that made it, really loved fighting games. Like Skullgirls has some of the most detailed hitbox like work
I do
in any fighting
believe
game.
If he has the passion, he sold it so he can go make a new one.
He
It's
kind of sold it because he wanted money, to be fair. And then there was like this whole thing
fair.
about how people like revealed that the guy that made it is an asshole. And maybe that's true. I didn't really look too much into it. There was like a sexual harassment suit about him. And I could see
I
some
don't
fucking
pertain to anything about that unless there's actual proof.
Yeah, no, I didn't really look too much into it myself because there's all sorts of false allegations. But he was kicked out of the team for it, so I figured something was going on. But it's still the fact that
Yeah,
I could see a man who painstakingly animated like 2 frames of a child's underwear to fucking say some gross thing or touch a girl or something, thinking he's funny because he's one of those like turbo artists. Now, fucking, I don't mean to offend you, Mike and Elle, knowing that you watch our streams, but yeah, man, there's no
He's our
proof that
biggest
you.
fan.
Yeah, there's no proof that
Here's the
he
thing.
didn't do it. There's some proof that he might have done it.
I mean, the burden of proof should be on who fucking accuses.
I mean,
Yeah,
so
I
innocent until proven
agree.
guilty.
I agree. We had this I had this conversation with Joe where lots of people get falsely
Yeah.
accused and their lives get ruined. But
I believe
I'm not saying there's definite proof, but looking at the things that led up to it, it looks like he might have done it, and I can see a person like him. Again, I don't think it was like a rape allegation; it was just sexual harassment. Like, I could see him doing something retarded, more or less.
you had a bro moment.
Like, I could see him thinking that he was flirting with a girl, and if he just goes up to one of his like underlings and he goes, "Haha, Milky, Milky," yeah, he's fucking autistic as hell. But he was kicked out of the game for that, and the game started facing quality penalties afterwards because their turbo autos that would spend 15 hours making a single animation frame have absolute perfect hitboxes was no longer there. Like
And
people actually compared like new DLC characters after he came out versus older ones, and they were of lower quality. They were stronger, but if you look at everything, they were of lower quality.
what I mean is, it's a shame he sold his game. If he was still in it, and like, and if he was still in the project, maybe we wouldn't have this problem. If he didn't do the sexual harassment, it's really a shame. If he did, fuck you, but oh well.
Because well, I bring him all up because that's another thing they removed from the game was they removed his announcer pack, which you had to pay money to get. And I understand where if they didn't remove all this other stuff, if they only removed his announcer pack, I could understand them trying to like remove themselves like some of his distance from the game. But it's still really retarded because it was basically his game that he designed. So there's no distancing yourself from him. And also people fucking paid money for that.
I mean, more and more
It's the same
we have
thing with
seen
Rick
the
and Morty. He got accused, and they went and like, "You're done. Get out. Get out." And it came out, "Oh man, none of it was true. No way."
It wasn't
I mean, more
true
and more
because
we also see the thing of like,
I could also see whoever works on Rick and Morty as doing anything.
I put. I mean, my obsession with things he made was I played the, because I bought my cousin because he was very into Rick and Morty, right before that happened. I bought for him the game he made, the second one, the shooter. The fuck was its name?
Ion Life.
Ion Life.
Ion Life. Yeah, we played that together. Gonna be completely honest, not that funny.
Hmm.
Like there were some things that were funny enough, but overall not that funny.
I think it's one of those because I know what you're
Everyone's
talking about in that regard
yeah.
because I saw snippets. I think there's a lot of fatigue from the whole Rick and Morty joke scheme. Like they only got the one kind of thing going for them.
I mean, so some of the jokes themselves weren't too bad. It just some of the characters like maybe could be good if you were watching an episode like a week for 20 minutes, but actually playing like a like 5 to 8 hour game with some of these characters is actually grating.
Well, it's not the first time they've made one of these games. I don't know how long they've been going
Well,
on.
the other one, I believe it was more of an exploration. This is like I'm talking about the living guns, like the living guns that go with you because you're a silent protagonist. I don't think they're very funny.
Someone's gonna write a comment like, "You fucking nobody. They're the funniest thing."
Like
To each their own. At
yeah.
that point.
The last gun I believe is the funniest one because it really just wants to, like, it almost died. It was made to literally shoot his children so they explode. But for some fucking reason, he's just super chill about everything. I think a piece of his brain is gone. Sorry, it's the second to last. The last one is the let's do it.
oh, the one that actually has a piece of the brain missing.
Yeah, let's do it.
I was-
That's the only thing you can say.
Yeah, I was still gonna say like it's not that funny to me, but again, I mean to be fair, I'm also like really picky because I was thinking like a lot of the recent Rick and Morty wasn't funny to me either, but for some reason I keep watching it, waiting for it to get good again.
I think that like they have good jokes. I don't think the overall episodes are super funny anymore. Like, unfortunately, one of the I didn't say best jokes, but one of the jokes I might have found funny was spoiled to me, which is like the fucking final alien tells you like he eludes for the whole game that he has your parents.
Okay.
he doesn't have your parents. He just tells you like the two people you love the most, and I believe it's what's the name of? It's Jack Black and someone else. Like he doesn't fucking know who your parents are because he's an alien. He can't really see the difference. He just saw that
Right.
everyone likes Jack Black, and he's like him. And there's someone else, so just I don't remember her name.
It's all right, Joe. I I do find interesting that I was talking about the show, and you go like the funniest joke, and you go back to the game.
Oh, I started with the game, really.
I know. I'm just. That's not important. So yeah, again, the main part of this theme here of our story is the world going to shit. Don't sell your products to people.
Or do if you don't like them?
Well, partially sell it would keep the majority of stock.
Only sell if you're done with it.
Yeah, only sell if you're done with it. Yeah, speaking of that, the Eidolon game I haven't played in like 2 or 3 years, but I still somehow manage a guild for. And I say I manage it when I just shirk responsibility off to somebody else to do it for me. Um, the fucking apparently the sole dev has like ruined his game by selling a cash only overpowered gotcha game experience thing. And
As you do.
yeah, as you do, and it's just making me think where it's like there you really can't have anything good in this world because even the diehard fans, like he's gone on another ban spree. I mean, to say that Lava Flame isn't autistic would be a lie, but it's just one of those things where like everything seems to happen around the same time. Like, is it just because we're getting into like summer and this is the time everyone decides to like start fucking up?
I think it's more that it's just so many fucking things happen. That's always happening. Like that's
Well, I
that's
mean, that's one way to look at it, but like really, let's like in the last couple of weeks we've had like the Diablo 4 fiasco where people are losing their hardcores because they, without announcement, shut off the servers to fix a cash shop item. There were, the Skullgirls thing going on, the uh, Eidolon thing going on, the RuneScape bans that went on. Maple Story did something, but I don't care enough to actually have looked into it. But it's just like every MMO game was fucking up. A lot of other games got updates that were like gutting them of their originality. It's
well.
just one of those things where it's like it just seems like a bad day for gaming. And then there's of
I mean,
course
you
the
might be
the
right.
real life things, but I'm not. We'll be here
Yeah.
all day if we talk about the news.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for the gaming part, I think I do believe you are right in the sense that it's because now it's summer. The summer like updates and things of the sort.
Yeah, I guess that it's more in the fact that games, same way as shows, just have quote unquote seasons in a way. So it's more normal for things to just happen around the same point.
Diablo 4 is a new game also, and it's
Is it really new?
I mean, it just came out, so technically, yeah.
But isn't it like the same thing the last 3 times?
yeah, but
The only thing that changes is the fucking items. The classes changed at all? I guess they must have.
I mean, I know that at least from Diablo 1 and 2 to 3, there was a big difference.
Okay.
And then after 3, I think the only thing they did was the mobile game, which is different as well. So
Oh, the mobile game. This and out.
All right. Well,
Rules and shit.
I think we got sufficiently sidetracked from a fucking message of my friend going, "My fighting games are ruined forever," and I do feel for that guy because it
What
is
a way
really
to pass 11 days.
that's what I was gonna get at, Pat. Where it's
I
like
wonder if
let's
he has a
let's
ton of
love
time. I wonder if he
days.
can just downpatch it.
What?
Oh.
If
You have to
downpatching the game would also bring back the old models or not.
You have to install mods to get the old stuff in now.
Okay, so it doesn't remove that. Because I know Steam has the option to downpatch games. I just don't know how much does it change because I never used it.
I mean, what I find
That's
interesting is
crazy.
like
Where'd you get that idea?
what I find interesting is I've never bought the DLC for some of that stuff. Like, why would I get the fucking one announcer pack for $5? Why that's a waste of money to me. But thanks to mods, I can now get it for free because people are going to make mods to put it back in. Because there are like YouTube videos that just show the entire announcer pack. Like someone's just gonna pull that and like make a mod.
I mean, yeah, somewhere in the internet there's the entire voice archive. So yeah.
So yeah, you guys build a car.
Yeah, baby. Now what are we doing?
Do we
There's an
now
ocean
go?
over there. There's an ocean over there.
No
Yeah,
way.
is the car amphibious? You made
No.
that a feature, right?
Nope. No amphibian is this.
Well, why didn't you make that a feature?
Suck it, I guess.
That's
Let's
not
skip
an
the
answer to
amphibious
the
part
question
and
I
just
had.
make it fly.
No, flying's cool.
Yeah, why didn't I make it fly? Ooh.
No, that's clearly impossible. Rats don't know how to fly.
No,
Okay,
How could they
you
make
I'm
a
just
back.
need
car
some
fly?
balloons.
What's
You just need
happened?
some
Don't know how
balloons
to
and
fucking
strong enough
fly.
flame.
What are we
Have-
doing with balloons?
Pat fucked up
Make the
making
car
the
fly.
car.
I did not.
Didn't make it
Why?
amphibious, just like he promised he would.
Well, yeah. Why isn't it
Doesn't make it
amphibious?
fly.
I never promised that.
You
I don't know
promised
why
that it would be like the ultimate car.
Well,
So that means
anyway,
it would have to be amphibious.
Greg's tired.
I don't know how you think it's gonna fly, Krugar. I mean, we can only afford so many jetpacks.
Like I said, balloons.
Greg's
Balloons.
tired and he goes to
Up is a
sleep.
work of fiction.
The car cannot work yet.
Why not?
He hasn't made fuel
Why not?
because he just put the engine.
Why don't we just get fuel?
Go buy it then.
You look at Jeb.
Fair.
Jeb goes, "I got some nice here coal."
Mm. You made
Guess
a
what
car
it
that doesn't
doesn't
work?
run on. Guess what it doesn't run on.
So you're telling me you made a car that doesn't work?
What? Yes, I did. You bitch.
We should cut to the party. We should cut to the party like
I-
Ingram going brrr, beep beep, and then there's
I
Grat
do-
pulling the car ahead.
I like the idea of like Ingram. You call Ingram a bitch. Ingram looks at me. I look at Grace like, I let one pass. That was a bitch move.
He made a car that doesn't run.
He hasn't made the fuel yet. He didn't even help with the car.
Hmm. If I tried to help, you'd have been like, "Oh, you're gonna be the freaking way."
It just means Grak needs to rest before he can make some fuel.
We can go buy some fuel in town over and let you rest.
Just come over here. I got some world-class stimulants.
Drugs?
To be fair, if you walk over to Suit Barrow, you should be fucking walking back to the town by time the party's already gone back to Knox.
Why would we walk there?
Did you want to form like a skate conga line? Like what's the point?
I mean, we still have the car.
We have Ingram's car.
Yeah, you still have the car, don't you? Disgusting.
Yeah. This is my house.
I can't believe Pat didn't gut it for the engine block inside.
That's the thing. We need to add a trailer.
Because he
the
knew
other
if he
one.
did that, I'd fucking gut him.
I gutted the other one, remember?
I'd start looking up the heel alternative rules for fucking torture and see how that works.
Those aren't alternative. Are they?
I mean, alternate rule how it works.
New
but-
uses for old skills. Sorry.
All right.
Source villains rebirth. Due to
The
road
fuck is
willpower. What's the DC on road willpower? Oh, it's not that bad. What's your will save mod?
No.
That, yes, your question.
It's
I don't
fine.
care.
Sheet's linked on your character thing. I can look for it myself.
Oh no. And it might be updated.
+3? Damn, you're fucked.
No, I'm lying.
You're fucked.
I'm lying. It's actually only a +2.
Dude, I can
Pedro.
inflict ability drain on people.
Could you go check and make sure that my audio isn't picking up something funny? I can't tell if it's like giggling from someone or if it's glitching again. Because if I do an audio check on the stream, suddenly everyone's just gonna be hearing like 4 versions of yourselves.
Well, that's exactly what everyone wants, right?
Yeah.
No.
Dude, look
Fucking
at this. Beautiful
puts-
option.
Put stick figures of us running through the Spider-Verse.
Everything's normal.
Alright. This method of torture is similar to standard torture. Well, thank God. Except that it targets a victim's ability score rather than their hit points. Nothing new there.
Oh no.
I remember Kieran, when I was introducing him to the game, I asked, like, what do you not want to do in the game? And he's just like, I don't want you to describe torture scenes. And I asked him a bunch of, like, if-thens to make sure, like, because I do want to describe torture scenes if I had to, rather than going, you're
Eventually.
tortured, fade to black, fade to black. Because it's not like
I
you
don't
even...
mind torture
Yeah,
scenes
I know.
being,
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
You were
Got
just
'em.
trying to express that you didn't want, like, pointless torture scenes.
pretty much.
But here you are, now preparing your pointless torture scene against Greg.
Pointless? This is an
Yeah, it's
insubordinate
pointless.
soldier.
Untrue.
You made a car that doesn't work. I
How is that
specifically asked you to make.
insubordinate?
I specifically asked you to make a car that works.
I think that's just incompetence.
It's
Yeah.
neither. It just doesn't have. It works. It
Okay.
just doesn't
You
have
should have
any
made
fuel
fuel
right now.
alongside the car.
Di-
It should come pre-fueled.
Okay, this time you guys are really out of pocket. Back up.
Mean.
For Greg's
As-
torture, we're going to need some rope, a chair, tape, and these sledgehammers with the name Nutcracker on them.
Yeah, as the person that literally always advocates to fill Greg full of lead, I think you guys are taking this a bit too far.
But he fucked
You're
up the
only
car.
you're only defending him because if we kill him, we can't make any fuel.
Then the car
we can-
really won't work, and I'll be proved right.
It would be your own fault.
What are you talking about?
This is the person that thought he was right for stealing from the military for 20 years, Pat. Don't try to use logic against it. Stefan tried to do that, and look how he ended up.
You lost his brain and no, he lost his mind, then his brain.
And the rest of his body in the fire.
Crazy.
Yeah, but then he was already dead, so he didn't notice.
Greg
Oh.
Quaze's backup character is fucking Cash Brack, like just
Brat
another
cheese.
just another
Brack
rat
cheese.
folk. Just another rat folk explosives expert that also burned down an orphanage when he was young. He's just like, wow, what was that guy's problem? Anyways, I'm a specialist.
As soon as we turned it back, it's just past like, good thing they didn't notice that I just put a decoy on myself when they killed me. And it is me, Crack with a mustache.
Party fucking kills that one too. Not because they saw through the disguise, but because they just hate rat folk.
Ah!
Another ingenious
You suck.
Another ingenious plan foiled by racism.
Alright, Grim, your 25 engineering tells you that this thing needs fucking fuel. Like, the alchemical version.
Oh, I mean, that was for the drive thing that you had me do way earlier.
Oh, sorry, I heard the fucking, the
It
roll
needs
20.
That
fuel,
was a
though.
text.
I heard the roll
Name
20.
change.
I heard the roll 20 bleep, and I assumed that last roll was what you did that for.
No.
No, it's for the name change of Greg's character.
Wait, hold up.
Hueso.
His name is now Gonzalez.
González Hueso. Salvador de la Patria.
Those are words.
Food for Costello.
Will. Should we just go buy fuel and then start making our way to base?
Well, if
Aren't we trying to
if
stay out of the big
if Greg
cities?
rests for like an entire day, he'll start making fuel the next day.
I guess I'll ask
that would
David,
take-
does Shuri come back at any point?
No.
Okay, he's
Was
dead.
he? Yeah, he was probably assassinated along the way.
There's all those goddamn crows.
They
You
don't
are
call
called
him
a
a murderer
murderer.
for
Murdered
nothing.
him. They murdered him.
Oh boy.
So, assuming Greg survives the night and makes fucking fuel, what are you guys doing?
We go to the main town since we finished our job.
Are we
It's been-
sure we should go to the main?
Well, we can
There
just
is an
leave
ocean
Troy.
over there.
Yeah, the car's aquatic, right?
Shut the fuck up.
It's
It's
amphibious,
not.
not aquatic.
The car will never get points in aquatic if we don't teach it how to swim.
Exactly. We just have to train its ranks and swim.
Yeah.
Steven came online.
I mean, you did ping him, so it's more.
You're just talking shit.
No, I
also-
think.
Added.
What? No, it'll be fine. There should ruin my joke, I swear to God. Okay, not very good, but I'll accept that.
Considering the fucking nature of D&D, he might think that you guys actually fought a murder of crows.
I know.
The-
And the monster murder
We
of
ran
crows
into a
is very
crow
bad,
swarm.
I believe. No, like, there's a crow swarm, but I believe a murder of crows is another monster.
Hmm.
So,
the crows that murder.
it's just a CR3.
Oh. Oh.
Just a CR3, he says.
I mean,
Apparently, there is a medium.
we're talking about a swarm of crows, Pat. Like, if you were standing outside, and have you ever seen the fucking Hitchcock film The Birds?
Yes, I have.
I mean, that's all this is. Like, if a million birds started wanting to fight you to the death, you're not gonna have a great time unless you were like suited up in armor.
I'm aware.
That's
Also,
hilarious.
there is a murdered crow, which
Yeah.
is CR5 undead.
Yeah, I was about to say that's exactly what I was about to say. Like, you can either be murder of crows or a murder crow, your choice.
You also have to understand that a murder crow is a medium-sized undead. Like, we're talking about a crow the size of a dwarf.
Yeah, that's a pretty big bird.
Yeah, we just need to fucking go tell Steven that he got hit by the rare swarm of rocks.
There's so many different ways that you come out. It's like, man.
No K.
No, of rocks.
Yeah, no K.
They threw rocks at you.
Just say no K, and Pat can't listen. I can't believe this shit.
Yeah, a swarm of rocks dropped a bunch of rocks on him.
That's not legal.
They can't read.
That doesn't make things not illegal.
It doesn't. They just can't read. They don't know the law.
Okay.
What is the check to make fuel, David?
Shouldn't you know it?
No.
Yeah, didn't you-
I
didn't
just
you
know
say you
it's
were
able to
two-
do
I
it
just
because
know
you
it's
knew what
2
it was?
gold a gallon.
It's craft
But-
alchemy.
You also said you
Yes.
were able to do it, so you should have known the check.
I believe in you.
Is it less than?
Don't fuck it up.
Can a minimum 24 fail it?
No.
Alright,
But
cool. I
if
make
you roll a
fuel.
1, I'll let you fail it.
No,
Do
I'm
it.
good.
Well, you
I'll roll
gotta
it
roll.
for
It's
you.
not
I'll
fair
take
if
a
you
As I
10, so 33.
Suffer. No, not taking a 10, no!
33!
Yeah, you make some fuel.
Sweet.
How much fuel?
Did you want to make the maximum amount you can in a single crafting session? Like, how much is it? Like, many gallons?
1,000 GP worth of fuel.
It's 2 gold, right?
I mean, that's what it says. I'm not going to check right now. You're the one looking at it.
We believe you, Pat.
Why? Damn it, why do I not have this on my fucking bookmarks?
Okay, if you don't have it, then I'll go look. I assumed you were staring right at it, and you're like, it's 2 gold looking at the thing written down.
I know it's 2 gold a gallon. I know it's 2 gold a gallon. I've looked
Then
at
I
that
believe
enough.
you, yeah, fine. It's like
It's
1
the
gold to
fact
craft
that
that.
I have to find out how much how. Let's see. 23 with skill unlock, master alchemy.
I don't like opening this because then I have to like wait for 200 pages to load so I can scroll down to the part where I wrote about vehicles.
Oh,
What
yeah.
is what's the base cost? Or not cost, fucking DC. The base DC.
Mechanically, I think it's like a 15, but it should probably be 20 because
Okay.
it's volatile fuel.
20 is fine. I can definitely accelerate craft that. All right, let's find out. 2. I can make 94 gallons if I don't rush it, or I can make 141 gallons if I rush it in a single day.
How much does your fucking custom wagon hold?
I believe it holds 20.
So, do you really want to have a spare 100 gallons of what is essentially napalm?
Hell yeah.
It's diesel fuel. It's much harder to ignite than napalm.
I mean, if you throw it everywhere and
Come on.
light a match, I think it'll set fire to stuff.
It'll
Maybe.
take slightly longer.
It's not like it's going to explode like napalm, but I mean, it's going to
So-
light up.
So doesn't napalm like stick to you, kind of deal?
Yeah, napalm's sticky.
Napalm is sticky and flammable.
Napalm
Deep.
is also a war crime.
Diesel is fucking wet and gaseous. Like, as soon as you throw out a big liquid thing of fuel everywhere, I believe it immediately begins turning to, like, gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That still really aids in the fact that it's incredibly flammable.
Yeah, the gas itself can just combust.
I never wrote how much it holds, but I based it off the GPW, so.
Mwah.
Wah, wah.
I mean, you can still make spares and put them in gas tanks so that, you know...
Cargo.
if
I
it-
don't
you
have any
store-
gas tanks, so I'm not making spare right now.
craft some gas
Two
tanks.
storage compartments located on the outside of the Muwak can store 225 pounds each.
It's a
large
20-gallon tank. I based it off the GPW, so it's a 20-gallon tank that can last 440 miles on the GPW. I don't know if you want to change the efficiency of that for this vehicle.
I mean, it's a lot heavier than the GPW, to be fair, but
300 miles.
sure.
There.
Moonwalk.
That's
Where is
it.
it?
I made 20 gallons.
You made exactly 20 gallons because as you're crafting it, you're just pouring it in the tank. Make another one.
It
Oh
didn't even
darn!
take
I
me
made
that
a
long.
little bit too much. No, at least it's a very nice snack for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Kruger, would you like to drink something?
I made some lemonade. Don't mind the color.
As soon as Kruger drinks it, he starts acting just like when he ate the fucking waffle.
Oh,
Make more.
No, man, get him! Get him!
Hey, if that works and it's addictive enough, that's how we close the business. You make waffles, we make diesel fuel drinks.
That's how we
We make
advance
Red
the.
Bull.
How
That's how
many
we advance the FDA
calories
thing.
are in a gallon of gasoline?
It depends.
31,000 calories.
Don't worry,
But
David.
you burn through them fast.
So you're not gonna drink like a whole gallon.
No,
Considering that a normal
You wanna
person,
David, you lying.
31,000 calories. If a person could drink gasoline, that person could ride about 912 miles on a gallon of gas. Considering that considering that a normal car gets about 30 miles per gallon, that's pretty impressive. Thanks, random insane person on the internet.
I mean, it's slightly more calories because we do base ours with plutonium.
Oh no, my bad. A gallon of gasoline contains 31,000 kilocalories, which is 31 million calories.
I was looking
yes.
at you.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
Can't forget that.
You might as well eat 20,000 bananas and die of cyanide.
Potassium
That's apples.
radiation poisoning. Yes. The radiation will kill you.
Yeah. but yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, that reminds me of like those little TikToks on YouTube. There's one that keeps showing me Japanese food, and the guy talked about how this meal contains like traces of arsenic. So if you eat nothing but that for several days in a row, you can die. I'm just like, damn, Japan, you need more food in your diet.
What do you mean rice and fish isn't a meal every day?
I think it was a seaweed topping. Like they had it very sparingly, but it's just one of those things where it's like, I mean, realistically, it's one of those things where like, if someone ate nothing but steak, they would die because it's not for the lack of nutrients, but because of, I think, the carcinogenics in them. Like,
No. Yes, it would be definitely a lack of nutrients because steak doesn't have all the fucking nutrients.
I think that takes longer than a week or two. I'll be
yeah,
wrong.
it's like you were ignoring the thing I was trying to say. Like there's all kinds of foods that contain trace amounts of.
Anyway,
If you consume too much of this, you'll die.
Grack makes some
If
fuel.
you eat too much poison, you
He
die.
doesn't drink it, and he stops Krugar from drinking it. I start the ignition because now Grack is the best driver.
What if car explodes now?
Joke's on you, Angrim. I'm immune to poison. But
I mean, yes, but now here's the question, Greg. Are we going to allow you to drive?
all right, yeah. I'll never complete my joke. I will just leave it that I'm immune to poison, and people will think I'm insane.
They already think that, so it's fine.
Anyhow.
So
okay, David, why are you immune to poison?
Greg starts the car up. Now, there's a fatal flaw in your design here, Pat, because you didn't build a booster seat.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Correct. Did you add the thing so you can actually drive it?
Like, Greg needs, like, fucking platform shoes and a booster seat.
Grack has a prehensile tail.
That does not solve all
I
problems.
don't think that works. Especially because that's to grab items on your person, not
The
to actually...
Muwak doesn't care about your prehensile tail.
I do like the idea. By the way, this is very stupid. But I do like the idea of Greg. He isn't sat. He's like stood on the pedals with both hands on
Yeah.
the wheel, and
The
then
way
with
you're
the
describing
tail.
it, the way you're describing it, Joe, is he's standing where he should be sitting, and he cannot see out the window.
Then let me finish.
Okay. No, we
Cool.
interrupt each other in this stream.
Also, he wouldn't be standing where he's sitting. He's standing where his fucking like feet are supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Sorry,
but the
that's
rest.
more accurate.
Yeah, the rest of the fucking thing, the dude uses
You fucked the joke.
his tail to just change gears, and then we just saw that Crack installed himself a little peeky hole that he can just shift to the side and just one where he can perfectly see the road. It's gonna fuck us down the line because someone's trying to shoot something through there, but yeah.
Greg? They're going to shoot Greg through that?
When I meant shoot something, I meant the thing they're shooting, not the thing they're shooting at.
Oh, okay.
Yes, of course.
If only
I mean, I
Pat
just
didn't
assumed
make
I
this
just
rule.
assumed
Anyway,
you done.
anyway,
If only,
the window. He
only
pulls
Pat
up to
didn't-
you. The window rolls down, and you can't see him, and you just hear, "Where to?"
Go ahead, David.
I'm gonna shove a rocket launcher into that hole that Greg made.
I think if you
drive
try
this
to
car.
shove a rocket launcher with the rocket part, both the person that is trying to do that and us are going to have a very bad time.
You've seen the
Except
Desert
Greg.
Bandits; they would do
He
that.
has evasion.
Greg continues to not have evade.
Pop out young blood. Let a real fucking
I
soldier
traded
drive.
it.
I'm not just fucking imagine fucking Unga Boonga cavern people with RPGs just use them as spears.
It's like he's describing the Middle East.
I remember when I was little, there was a very popular video of a like Arabian man firing a rocket launcher, where the exhaust blast like killed the person behind him. And I can no longer find that image because the internet's been sanitized. But it's because of videos like that that I was kind of thinking the same thing as you said.
No, they're dumb. They have these massive weapons of destruction. Or they have a massive stockpile of destructive weapons, but they're retarded, and they don't know how to use them.
I mean, I say the internet's been sanitized, but there's still plenty of terrible videos you can find, like the fucking ISIS beheadings. I think exist in quantity.
Yeah.
Now I'm just thinking about how fucked up it is that ISIS organization took away the name ISIS from so many people. Like, what was it? Smite renamed one of their gods because of it.
They literally renamed ISIS, the god of magic, to something else. It's like, okay, I'm pretty sure the god was around first, but whatever.
Yeah, and what is it? Archer renamed their organization because they were ISIS, right?
I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah.
ESET.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, a lot of like shows and like things that like games that had ISIS in it were like renamed their thing, which is so unfortunate that when I was writing DMod and I was thinking about gods, I'm just like ISIS. And I'm like, oh no, I don't care.
I mean, ESET is one of our other fucking names, like, so it's not like they changed it to something completely like, oh no, that's not a real thing.
Yeah, no, her name is Is.
Is ASET or ESET?
You go up to the goddess and you're just like, Jesus.
Are you is?
She slaps you.
She slaps you, you're gone forever.
What the hell?
This is a mercy kill.
Mercy for my ears, at least.
I only ever read the name. I don't know how it's pronounced.
You didn't have my voice actor on? I'll kill you.
I'm deaf.
I'm doof.
Then now what are you talking about?
Not Doofenshmirtz.
I can read lips.
Sports Evil Incorporated. All right. Well, we're clearly going insane. It's like an hour and a half in. I think we played the game for 7 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
Where are we going? The car's done. It took all of 12 days here at this no-name piece of shit town.
Pop off, young blood. Let your
Jebediah,
off.
Jebediah
Crash
goes,
again.
no name piece of shit town. I'll have you know that bumfuck nowhere has a proud history.
My bad. I thought we were one town over. Bumfuck nowhere. It's pretty great. That no-name piece of shit. That no-name piece of shit though, ain't got nothing on bumfuck nowhere.
I hear they have a smaller population than you.
That asshole Jebediah thinks that no name piece of shit is better than bumfuck nowhere, but he knows he's wrong.
Yeah.
He's
Anyway,
specifically
get in.
wrong. His population's less.
Yeah. Only bumfuck nowhere has the biggest tumblewheel in the world.
Get in.
We're
Bumfuck
getting
Nowhere's
here.
newest claim to fame is that the military's newest fucking car was made here.
Is that what that is?
This is a private car.
Are you not going to sell the patent to the military?
This is
The
a
military
private...
owns you, so anything you make, the military also owns.
When Pat
I never
says
signed
when
that.
when Grant goes, this is a private car. Jebediah covers his eyes and goes, I didn't mean to just say everyone's private. Starts walking away.
Yeah. I mean,
Don't worry, it's not so
technically is the
private.
military.
Yeah, you didn't patent it.
No, it's at least that and more. It was used with materials were gotten with the
That's what
money.
the M in Muok means, military. You can't prove me otherwise.
I'm not
What the
interested.
hell?
Seems like a lawsuit
That's evil.
feature there, doesn't it?
It's either a lawsuit feature or just something doesn't work half the time.
But like, I think this is for people that are using Discord for their businesses. But
Mhm.
what if
Sorry,
there's
you
just some
turned on all the
completely
cameras and I was taking a shit.
I was gonna say something like that, where it's like, what if some guy's like fresh from his shower for the meeting or something, and you turn on the camera and you're just staring at his naked ass, like.
I mean, it'd be very funny when people like me, because like my computer has no camera as a recent.
I believe that's
Same.
Zoom.
Oh, is this Zoom? It looks like Discord.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
no.
the Discord doesn't. Discord has circular buttons, and the disconnect button isn't.
Yeah, that is
like
Zoom.
that.
Okay, fine, that's Zoom.
That's
My
right.
bad. I just like
Yeah.
that looks like Zoom. I'm like, that looks like Discord buttons. You're like, no, Discord has circular buttons. And I'm staring at the buttons and I'm like, am I
And
But
texting
the
your
end
brain?
call button is
a
an
giant
owl.
fucking oval.
Yeah, that's an oval.
Also,
Yeah.
Discord does not have the CC button, which I believe it's
Discord
for.
doesn't
No,
have Emperor
look,
Sidious
look.
on the bottom half.
Oh, okay, so does that show up on the?
Shut up.
No, it doesn't. I don't have it cropped right to show. But if you click on general, and then hover over it, we've got those buttons.
What?
Hmm?
Oh.
No, we don't.
I know the
They look
fucking
very
different.
different.
Button is entirely different. There's no
Yeah.
activity button.
Yeah, they don't have the Yeah, they don't. Oh.
It's very different.
circle camera.
Okay, just look at the disconnect button. It's two different icons.
No, I agree. I agree that the disconnect button is in that shape. But I
They're in
mean,
different.
Not the shape, the
they're in
icon.
They're different organizations, different orders.
And also
Discord
it has
doesn't
this
have fucking
funny
closed
chat that
chat.
nobody. It also has this funny chat that nobody ever uses.
oh, the interior chat. How do I get? There you go. Open chat. Yeah. Pat, you can't be talking about that stuff. Yeah, see, I can get behind this. No, memes in general. Would you call that a meme? That's a sad meme.
What meme?
Exactly.
Beep beep poo poo.
Beep beep boo boo. Oh,
Is that
this
actually
thing.
at you? Okay, it does.
Freaking open chat. You cunt.
Oh, here's a good old meme.
PB poo poo man.
So 12 days pass. You're driving in your
Oh,
car.
fuck Pat.
What?
Oh,
Hey, that's an old meme.
Jesus Christ, that's a
Mother-
blast.
motherfucker throwing in memes from Harlan. This is like 4 years old now.
Isn't it more?
No, that
Alright.
was probably to the
Are you getting in the car or not?
I am
Are
in
Somehow,
you
the
the one
car.
Youngblood,
driving
it's
or
a
is it one of
superior
us?
officer's job to drive.
Don't you need to drive the old car?
Yeah, you have a house to drive.
I suppose.
Just imagine it's just us three in the new car, like, eat dust, motherfucker.
Yeah, somebody
can't
has to
believe you're
drive
gonna
the. Someone has to drive the old car here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay, because you were just talking about wanting to
It's
drive
your
the new one.
house.
Well, of course. Huh?
All right. Well, I guess we cleared that up
Yeah.
really fast. So, in character, Grak is shown to be risking everyone's lives. Your officer goes. It's the officer's job to drive. Grak goes, "Nuh-uh." A voice in Kieran's head goes, "You know, you also have a car to drive," and he turns around and walks away.
Spending with
So,
arguing with the rat.
Yeah.
is everyone else going to get into the block?
Yeah.
Is anyone going to kick Greg out of the driver's area?
Not really.
Greg, how are you driving this?
I mean, that's the first question. Can Greg actually
With Alpha
drive
Man.
the car?
No, no.
Can you
The
actually
main drive.
can you actually get to the pedals and the wheel and see outside?
I'm sure.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I made the seats adjustable.
Okay.
But if you
All
go
right.
down, you won't even no longer be able to see the road.
So
I mean,
Greg goes, check this shit out, and by fidgeting with the stick shift, you start seeing the high chair like seat being devolved into, and all of the pedals getting really close to his feet.
I mean,
I really hope that's proprietary, or else that's going to make children want to drive. And they can't do that. That's illegal.
Halflings
what about
exist.
halflings?
Racist.
Yeah.
Is it illegal
Yeah.
for the children to drive?
They don't
What
have their
fucking question
license.
is that?
Probably no. Hold on. He's got a point. It probably isn't.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the licenses weren't a thing at the beginning.
Their parents just go, "We can't afford a car for you to drive, dummy."
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, Pedro asked about children. I heard Pedro go, is it illegal for halflings to drive? And I'm
No,
like, what
children.
kind of
I
fucking
was like-
nonsense?
I was like about children. Not
No,
license.
it's
He
not
hates
illegal
children.
for it's not illegal for children to drive. It's illegal for them to crash.
Okay, that applies to everyone.
If they crash, straight to jail. They go to the mines.
It's actually less illegal for other people to crash because if they're adults, they just go through like legal fees and everything. Basically, it's like, is that child driving a car? And then people are going to be like, yeah, I mean, he hasn't crashed anything, but if he crashes, they're like, you stupid little shite.
I love the
Is that
idea.
child driving a car? I mean, for
Yeah.
now.
Nobody pull. It's like someone starts a robbery. The child is in the vicinity, crashes immediately.
Is that child driving a car? No, he's crashing it. Get him.
It's
You're saying that show, I was just imagining like when the pets are thing like driving for now, someone pulls a gun, it automatically becomes combat so the children
Yeah.
crashes.
No. That is the joke I made, Pedro.
No, you made the one of someone starts to robbery that happens. I'm more in the sense of someone outside is like seeing children drive. It's like I will fuck that up for him.
Okay,
one's
it's an
happenstance,
edge.
the other one is just wanting to kill someone.
Well, that really doesn't start initiative. Comet starts the initiative, so unless he does the crime first,
I mean, he just needs to shoot at the car.
yeah, that's a crime.
Depends on the risk.
Okay, Pedro, I'm
What?
gonna have a field day testing these theories with you.
All right. Despite having accomplished very little so far,
We made
do
it.
you?
Pat made a car.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Well, sure, but I mean, in actual game terms, it was you guys stood around and then Pat made a car. Like it's something we could have done in 5 minutes. I'm
God, I
not
love
blaming.
that.
I'm not blaming you. Shut up, because we got sidetracked talking about other stuff. But I was gonna say,
Yeah.
did you want to table it because Steven's not here? Because going forward, we would be getting into more lore heavy shit. I'm fine if we want to continue, but like we've only been playing like an hour and a half. But if you want to wait for Steven, I'm throwing out that opportunity.
Dude, tells him.
I mean, would he be here next week? That's really the issue.
I'm actually not sure. He said he's going to be here tomorrow, but next Saturday he said he's not going to be here because he's going to a funeral.
This is
Yeah,
so
that is
sad.
definitely more important. It's mostly the thing of
But
it's
he
all.
didn't say he wouldn't be here next Friday. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's add him and ask him right now.
Yeah.
He clearly responds to when he's added.
Will
Add him in the
you
general chat.
be
I mean,
here?
if you want, because again, his instructions were specifically not today, yes tomorrow, not next week Saturday, and he kind of left out that Friday. So
I mean, we it's essentially we can wait for his response for a little bit. If not, we can play like 2 more hours if he truly does not come next week. But that's mostly the issue. It's like,
I
yeah,
you need to be right back though.
okay.
I gotta go to bed.
Uh, um. Again. I thought I was about to sneeze. Didn't happen. No, I just have an itchy nose.
Oh, shame.
Yeah. I'm gonna die, Patrick.
An itchy nose. No.
It's not just an itchy nose, it's like that thing where you're about to sneeze but you don't and it's stuck there.
Oh, that is the worst.
oof. If we do table it here, I don't think I'm gonna have any timestamps. I'm just gonna say we talked about random shit. The party makes a car, and
That's fair. I think we used our time productively because we laughed a lot, so it's all good.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, I like I'm still kind of tired because I woke up specifically for this because I was doing a lot of physical labor earlier. Oh yeah, I was talking about and all this stuff keeps fucking up at the same time. Confinement. That's another thing that got fucked up.
Yeah. It's the summer, man. In the summer, everything melts. Global warming, I tell you.
I do think that my explanation could have merit. I don't think that's actually what happened, but I could see it being an excuse. Because again, like I said, if that was the case, I still think making a 3 minutes of fucking softcore porn is well past jokey territory and more this is the author's fetish.
No, he's fucking gone bonkers.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
yeah, I don't know, like
but
maybe
I'm still saying people need to hire me because I can come up with great excuse plots.
sure. I don't think the people that are doing this kind of shit are smart enough for that. They normally just make a half-hearted apology and then people kind of accept that because they want more of what they're making.
I mean, I agree with Pat that he was like off the rails because if you look at it, it was definitely like weird fetish stuff, but you could explain it in the NCP universe. Again, it's like when Pat goes that the guy identifies as a girl, I wanted to be like, actually, I think he identifies as non-binary, but Pat doesn't care. He hates them all. And looking up to see what the actual
It's a sign of mental illness, man.
yeah, and looking up to see what the character's actual fucking name was, it says in canon he's also non-binary because he addresses as the same way as his voice actor. And I'm just like, I don't entirely like stuff like that where, you know, the Umbrella Academy, how the actress became trans or whatever, and then
Mm-hmm.
they had to have this whole fucking thing in the show that stops the show for her to be like, now I'm trans or I'm a male or whatever it was. And then all of her like siblings are just like, all right, that's cool. It's like they really didn't have to stop the plot to have her say that.
I think it was. I do think it was fairly funny that after all of her like fucking journey, like everyone else like, okay, and then just keeps going. I do think that is okay. Like
Yeah,
I
but
would quite agree with your thing.
it wasn't in the original script. Like it was there to make the actress happy, and it's stuff like that that I don't like. Where the actress goes, "Oh well, because I'm this now, I can only play male characters, so we're making the character male." Like that's really stupid to me. Like what I think
I
is
mean, yeah,
better
especially
is
because
like in
it's like, okay,
what's actually a good version of that, Joe, isn't Always Sunny, where one of the characters realizes they're gay, they come out to their friends, and remember, in Always Sunny, everybody's like a really shitty person, but because they're just genuinely friends at the end of the day, they're not like ragging on him. They're just like, hey, that's good for you. Like that's more funny. Where like he thought there was going to be this big scene because they're all assholes, and they're just like, hey, it's nice that you finally realized.
Oh yeah, I do remember that clip.
we knew it all along, buddy.
But yeah,
So
when I see like, oh, this character is transgender, that's interesting, and then I later find out that it is explicitly a transgender character because the actress playing it is transgender, or I'm just like, would this character not have been transgender if it was just someone else playing it? Like, is
yes
this
and no
character
because
non-binary because the actor is non-binary? Like, I don't like that kind of thing.
I don't enjoy that, but like for someone that like for example, I didn't know that and saw that happen and it was like a blip in the
Yeah,
beyond her
it's
part, it was kind of just a blip in the show. So I don't care if that happens and if they accepted it. Oh well,
yeah, I'm
it's not like
probably thinking the opposite is also true, where some character is non-binary because they are non-binary in the story. Even if it never comes up, that's just a non-binary character that the author put in, and I'm fine with that. If a non-binary person, if a binary person, if a robot played that role, would other people be upset saying that you've denied a non-binary actor the opportunity to play a non-binary person? Like, that's the thing where I could see maybe it starts getting stupid. Where if you picked one of those things, like you pick a male character to play male characters, so you get a transgender person to play transgender characters. But I know a lot of it is just the actor goes, "Hey, let's be woke," you know, something like that, to just
Mhm.
change what the character is.
I do like
Like
a lot of
sorry, let me interrupt you, Joe. Have you heard about the 007 movie thing with Idris Elba?
no.
Okay, you know who Idris Elba is?
Yes.
So he was going to be the new James Bond. They changed the script to make a lot of fucking talking points about how he's a black James Bond. and he said I dropped out of the movie because of that. And now, so, like, now a white guy's playing him or whatever. It's Henry Cavill, and I respect him a lot for that because I think he would have made a fine 007, and they didn't have to go black 007. What? Like, that's stupid. They could have just
absolute monkeys.
That's what I mean. They could have just had him be 007, and I would have been fine with that. Like, I respect that he was just like, they made it about race. They don't have to.
Yeah, it is
All right.
unfortunate. I think what is less grating for me in the example you put about the Umbrella Academy is that beyond it just really being a blip in the middle of that, it's also a character like that, like because those characters there they aren't super well developed still.
No,
So
they're
a change
not.
like that, a change like that for me like really did meant a lot.
I just kind of disliked it from the political stance because if she was generally going to be a transgender or something in the script, that's fine. But I know that it was because in the middle of filming, that actress decided to come out as that, and then she demanded that all her characters be male afterwards. And it's just one of those things where it's like, as a writer for the show, what the fuck are you supposed to do? Because if she drops out of the show because you refuse to go, no, this character is a female in the story, and then you lose, like, you can't. It's really hard to replace, like, you know how Henry Cavill got kicked out from The Witcher thing. We don't have to go into politics of it, even though Henry Cavill is a good boy who did nothing wrong. People are complaining about how you can't just in the middle of the next season have him be a completely different looking person. Although
I mean, they removed
do think
his
it's
characters as well.
oh no, they have
I don't think
another actor playing him.
Yeah, they do.
I heard that they had actually removed the character.
Chris
no, they-
Hemsworth is
That
playing.
that'd be like shooting
would
yourself
the-
in the head with a
I
shotgun.
mean, how the fuck
because-
would they remove the main character of the show?
I mean, I haven't seen
Season
it in a while,
4
so I
of The
thought it was just
Witcher,
going to be a
and then
shift.
after the big like Witcher symbol comes up, it just has in bold text Season 4. Fuck you.
Season
I just
4,
wanted
there
this
are
story
no
to end a
Witchers
shit.
in this one.
I thought the story just done a shift, and it would just be like, oh, we don't need Geralt because we have the other characters. I haven't seen since first season.
There's I've seen the first two, and then like I just didn't see the third, and then there's I don't even know if the third's out. I don't know. The point is that there is like a tangent. The one really people really lost their heads at was the one that they made with I don't remember the name. It's just something blood, which is the most stupid decision they could for people that actually like the series. Because what they did is that they had a Witcher and a witch have a child together.
Oh yeah, that thing.
And anyone that knows anything about The Witcher can understand how asinine that fucking concept is.
Yeah, but it was Geralt that had the kid, right?
No. This
No?
is
No.
someone
Never
else.
mind. Never mind,
This
because
was-
I was gonna say because Geralt is a
Witcher-
special boy, but yeah, if it's just some
all
rando,
Witchers are sterile.
I know,
Wait,
but
even if-
Geralt's a special boy. If they wanted to do some fucking thing like the Highlander ending where all the Highlanders are sterile, but the main character ends up having a kid, like I said, Geralt's a special boy. There could have been some explanation somewhere.
No,
but
that's the issue.
If it's
is-
just some rando, then yeah, that kind of mars the script unless they really go into the explanation and explain something. But I
No,
doubt
they did.
it.
Yeah, they didn't. They just did it. But this is the issue: is that even Geralt? If it was Geralt, I would argue it's worse, because the whole
Yeah.
thing of Geralt, Yennefer, and Ciri was they cannot have children, and she will always be the closest thing to a kid that any of them could have.
Oh well, yeah, but I was saying like if they still wanted to do a thing like that, I could see it having a rating like because if it's Geralt, he's the main character. It will have to be explained eventually somewhere. Like you have that hope that because this is actually plot relevant and there's this question of sterility in here, that it's going to have to be explored. But like you said, if it's just some rando and they don't explore it, then they're just kind of like spitting in your face.
Yeah, kind of ways for them to do it is if they could freaking find another genie. But after the last genie wish, I don't think Yennefer Geralt will be looking for one.
Well, that's the other thing is I don't think Geralt would ever accept a genie word. Like he fucking hates monsters.
No,
He
okay.
wasn't
They
the
did
one
one.
that made the
Oh, no.
genie wish anyway.
Oh yeah,
That's
it was.
fair.
Yeah.
You just hacked
Yeah.
it. And
It's
technically, on Witcher 3, you do need to find another genie to.
break.
Not need, it's a quest, but it's
Yeah, I
to
know,
be
in-
flared.
wish is explored in 3.
Yeah, you can also in The Witcher. I don't know which one, but you could like monsters can go up to attack you, like thinking that you're a monster and everything. But if you just stop and talk to them, they'll just kind of walk away.
Well,
I don't know about that, but yeah, even in at least on 3,
That
you
that just
cannot kill
depends
some
on
monsters.
Yeah.
yeah, on
Some
the
of them are sentient, and
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying is like in the games, you
Sapient.
have the option to be a
Some of them
dick
are
or
sapient.
not. You have the option to be a dick or not to all of them, but one of the side quests is a group of intelligent monsters band together to fight you. But if you stop
That's
them
3.
and before they fight, and you just kind of ask them what their problem is, and you talk to them peacefully, they won't attack you.
Yeah, in 3 specifically, one of the DLCs, what you can do is before that there is like a coven of monsters that is watching your every move, and then depending if you've been killing their kin and things of the sort, or if you've only, or like if you didn't kill kin that just like bowed down from killing humans and left and things of the sort, they'll let you go and not fight you. If not, you will have to fight uh I believe at least the werewolf in their midst, because he's the one that really wants to kill you. I don't remember if you fight the other ones. But yeah, they kind of fucked it up. Well, thankfully, since they put Henry Cavill out of it, he's now working with people that are actually interested in the series to make a Warhammer series. So
Well,
let's go.
Yeah.
that's also after he was gonna be Superman. And they went
Yeah, I
like,
was gonna
"No, we
say,
don't
why
want
the
you as
fuck did he
Superman
lose his
anymore."
Superman role?
Because
they-
Hollywood's retarded.
They wanted, I do believe they wanted first an older Superman for this last movie, and then a much younger Superman.
What do you mean much younger? He looks pretty young in the part where he was dressed up as
No,
Superman.
I think for the new, because the DC universe with this Flash thing, this horrible Flash movie is supposed to be redone again. So like
Hey, is
start
it?
from the beginning.
I don't know if you can call it a horrible Flash movie, Joe, because now we have a video of Flash putting babies in microwaves.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, it was a scene, and it's like, oh wow, I can't believe they just CGI'd the Flash costume onto him, and they just found him in the wild doing.
They found him with his lunch. Crazy.
It's like that thing where the Joker in the Dark Knight movie like started hitting the remote, like he started still acting a character because apparently it's supposed to blow up on first press, but when it didn't function correctly, was still acting in character, and the director's like, "Keep rolling the cameras, this is good." And then when it blew up, like that was a genuine reaction because he was supposed to be further away from it, and he just kept acting like the Joker, and it's just like, yeah, that's pretty good acting then. So for Ezra, it's just like you need to save the babies, and he starts putting them in microwaves, and they're like, keep rolling, keep rolling.
But yeah, I do believe they would to the younger Superman because they're
When you say
gonna-
younger, do you mean like kid Superman, like Smallville Superman?
I think that's the point. I think it's like first years of Superman kind of deal. Like
No,
I'm not sure.
First years is Superman. I'm trying to figure out like, is this he already is in Metropolis first years? Because I think Henry Cavill looks young enough to pull that off. Because like you gotta remember, Superman is a brick shithouse. He's already a huge dude and everything. You just need to remove Henry Cavill's beard, and he fucking looks baby faced enough to look like a 20-year-old. But if we're talking like Smallville Superman, where he's like 15 or something, yeah, get a teenage actor, I guess.
No, it's because the thing is they also changed directors to James Gunn, and Gunn said that Cavill didn't fit his plans. Fucking evil scheme.
What a mess the world's been in these last few years. Like,
I mean,
I don't mean to like equate like Cavill's like career changes to some of the other stuff that's been happening, but it's still one of those things where it's like there's a lot of Hollywood meddling going on with this dude.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
I,
I'm
I
pretty sure
hope.
that has been around for a long time.
Yeah. The thing I think did also happen is Cavill stopped fucking bowing down to what people wanted.
Yeah,
Eh,
no.
I was gonna say,
The
I don't
reason
know
he's
if he
not
ever
the
bowed
Witcher
down in the first place.
anymore. The reason he's not, he bowed down for season 3, which is the last time we see him. But
Well,
it's bad.
I thought he bowed down because he had like actual contract issues, like he had to do it.
Well, he's not going to be Geralt again.
Yeah, because he didn't renew his contract.
Because yeah,
He chose to.
because they're dumb, and he's through pandering to the absolute dumbassery that is Hollywood.
He essentially quit because he was always fighting with the directors because they didn't want to.
They don't want. They
They won't
have
Play
want The
by the book.
Witcher.
perfectly good source material, yet they went like, no, I'm gonna change this just because. It's like, why? Why? It's like putting fucking B-52 bombers in space.
All right, I'm adding that to the Untitled Space Game.
Fair.
Don't you dare pull a fucking Ruin Johnson.
Do exactly that, David.
That is literally the opening of The Last Jedi. Don't.
He can't stop you, David.
Vehicles.
It's stupid.
Don't forget to thank them
B-52
when we play that.
bombers.
When we play that, you need to thank Pat for the idea
But-
whenever it happens.
Yeah, just put in parentheses can be fairly acquired in the orbit of Earth.
This spacefaring vessel was designed by human
No,
Pat
it wasn't.
again.
No, it wasn't.
Guess so.
The fuck is your last name, Pat? I forget.
Good.
Path again, Rick.
Pat again,
Pat,
good.
do you have a last name?
Do I have a last name?
It's
Yeah.
something,
Pathigan the
something-
good, the evil, and
it's
the
something
ugly.
incredibly Slovak or Hebrew.
What the fuck?
See, we have all nationalities in this group, so I can make fun of all of them by hiding behind a shield of my friend is this. Pat is our resident Jew.
We have all nationalities.
How do you know that?
Oh, Pat, you're so funny with your control of Hollywood and general disregard for anything that isn't money.
I am not Jewish. How fucking dare you
Prove
insinuate
it.
such a thing?
And just like a real Jew, he pretends he's white until he needs to hide behind the fact that he's not.
Okay.
This video is getting demonetized hard.
Let's
I
It's like
wonder
they're-
why that could
they're like-
possibly be.
Like YouTube's gonna be like, look, we'll let you make fun of black people, but making fun of the Jews is too far. Don't worry, we're making fun of white people too by merely existing, honestly.
well, no, yeah, I do hope the fucking project with Warhammer goes well.
I mean, he's got full creative control, doesn't he?
I do believe. I mean,
Supposedly.
yeah, supposedly, yeah, and he does have a team that is fairly knowledgeable on the material as well.
All right. Sorry, looking at the time here. I mean, not that we are short on time, but just just saying a nice rounding point. Do you want to continue, or do you want to
Gotcha.
give Steven the possibility of showing up for the whole, like, role playing
Lord
aspect of
have-
what's to come? Yeah.
Figurine nice. Oh, that fell off. Damn.
I'm down to have Steven be here for that important moment specifically, because I would also like, if I wasn't here, I'd also like to be there when it happened.
Yeah. If he's not here next week, he would at least have like a full session to get through it.
Yep.
Instead of listening to whatever this was.
I mean, he never listens anyway, I'm pretty sure.
No, yeah, he
Besides,
never knows.
yeah, I think every time we ask him, he said he didn't.
This will be the one he sees, and it'll forever push him away from the idea of watching any of the sessions he misses from here on in. These guys
Please.
don't do anything while I'm not here.
Please, Mike and Elle, don't leave us. We promise that I side with you, Mike and Elle. You didn't touch that girl's penis. I don't know what you did. Mike and Elle controversy. What did he do?
I didn't know there was controversy. Why are you saying this?
Wait, is Mike and Elle not the guy who did no, Mike and Elle's
I
that
don't
man
think
that does
so.
the little fucking black and white drawings on Funny Junk. Who's the Lab Zero developer? Controversy. Mike Z. Sorry, they're all Mikes to me.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Why is it that I type in Mike and Elle into YouTube and the third thing is controversy?
Well, I mean, when I looked up Mike and
So-
Elle controversy, he apparently draws porn, so I don't doubt that there's controversy.
There's nothing on him. There's no controversy on him.
Okay, so what did Mike Z do?
I mean, nothing.
He
He was
was
just
he was accused of inappropriate behavior and sexual comments. That's all it says.
so he look at someone, said nice ass, and then he got his ass kicked out of the company.
I could still see it being a fucking thing he did. Like I said, he's like an autistic person that, if you look at the level of detail he put in the game, yeah, he's just one of those guys. Not to say that it's okay for him to do what he did, but I could see him having said it with what he believed was innocuous. Because I'm sure he could have just said that some girl looked like one of the hot girls from his game or something. You know, like he thought he was flirting with somebody, and he didn't understand that because he was the developer of the game, he had like this power imbalance structure thing going on. And also, it's generally not that cool to some people to just say, "Hey, baby, you look super sexy, awooga."
Oh, ooga.
Who's posting these? Fuck you, Joe.
No.
Yeah, see what I just said here? I'm sure that could have been considered sexual harassment. Fuck, now I'm thinking of the guy that's just like, order in the office is you got a big cock. And then the guy just
Well, I
goes,
got a fat cock too.
yeah. No, what I like about that whole fucking stupid thing was when the guy's like, word around the office is you got a fat cock. And the guy just goes, yeah, what about it?
Yes.
Like he's grossed out, but he still answers with yes. Like it's still stupid.
I mean, he may be
Yeah.
grossed out, but he's proud that people know that he has a fat cock.
Dang right.
Like, it may not be
Alright.
for you, but yes, I have it.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to pull up all this information immediately as I turn refresh, but apparently, like 3 years ago, Mike Z was on various internal harassment and bullying issues and was asked to leave the team. Mike, however, is the sole owner of Lab Zero and refused, instead of firing his board of directors. Oh, no, sorry, he instead fired his board of directors, which I appreciate the power move. Like, that's what I would do. Like, fuck you guys, I own this.
That is
What do you mean?
hilarious. Hey, we think you should leave. You can't do this to me. In fact, I'm doing it to you.
Yeah, I mean, there is the point that if people are accusing
Oh
you
fuck.
and you have the power, you can be like, you know what? I don't appreciate
Yeah,
that. Fuck
yeah.
you.
You
I-
know
I-
what?
I do
No.
like. I just do like this. Like, that is true. We shouldn't be in the same company together. Gentlemen, the door
Fine.
is there.
If you don't move fast, I'll throw you off the window.
No.
Choose your way.
Gentlemen, the door is there. If you don't move your fat asses to that door fast enough, I'll
Yeah,
kick them out
so
myself.
somewhere around the lines, he got suspended from his work after laying off people, and somehow it fell in the hands of another corporation who bought it. So, if
It seems like
Mike Z didn't actually sell his game, I would be pretty pissed as Mike Z. Granted, I mean, I don't think I would sexually
Well,
harass people,
people
but
that-
still, if you made a game and then somebody kicked you out of the thing that was running the game, and then they sold your game, wouldn't you be just a little miffed? Like, this isn't like a Notch situation where he sold off Minecraft and now he lives lonely in his mansion. This looks like a Spurg got his thing stolen. Again, I
It
might be
is the
missing
case
something because
that,
I'm just looking at like news articles.
the people that have or at least are being called now the developers on like Steam and shit, or Hidden Variable, which are the people that did like all the mobile shit for Skullgirls. Like they ran the whole like mobile thing for it. So it seems like it moved over to them because Hidden Variable and Autumn Games, who I guess are the publisher, kind of just were like, "Fuck you."
Bitch.
I don't know. Like at the very least, I know that the Autumn Games is the fucking publisher, and Hidden Variable worked on the mobile side. So it's not like these are people that suddenly got a whole thing and then just like fucked with it. They at least had some work on it. I guess they fucked with it afterwards, but I don't know what the extent of that is.
It looks like what happened was after Mike Z laid off all his employees in his shit fit, the joint owner of Skullgirls had like control of it and took all the people that left or he fired on to continue the story without his involvement. Like they owned it prior. Like I guess he had sold it away in like a murder deal. I
There's a
mean,
lot.
I'm
I
just
mean-
saying, like legal nonsense happened, Pat.
Yeah, like there's no way for us to know the full thing.
Yeah,
unless they
like
made it completely
for all we
public.
know, Mike and Elle never did anything, and you know, but there's a good chance he probably did. But on the off chance that he never did anything, this is the story of a guy that was accused of things, told to leave, and then went, "Fuck you guys! I see what you're doing. I'm going to fire all of you." And then
Once
the
again, it's
other,
not Mike and L.
sorry, man, Mike Simons.
He did nothing wrong.
I don't know why I think about Mike and Ill so much. Like when I see him on, like, when was the last time I saw one of his animations on Funny Junk? Because that's where I found this guy.
The last time he came out with something was the model for emergency food.
Emergency food.
That's the joke. That's
The Genshin joke?
yes.
Okay.
That was the last time he released a video on YouTube.
Oh, cool. This meme is relatable.
2022, and I didn't understand what you're talking about there. So I'm thinking I remember seeing his like animations a lot when I like Gravity Falls was out. Because I remember he made the thing of all the Gravity Falls characters looking cute together to be like avatars.
Oh, he's active on Patreon. He released something 19 hours ago.
Is it porn?
An update on his current project called Project 360.
Is it porn?
I don't fucking know.
All right. No, I was gonna say like
probably softcore porn.
yeah. To be fair, I do remember some of his animations like that because I'm thinking of the one where the guy's working on a laptop.
I mean, that's not softcore porn. That's at best like a fucking insinuation.
Yeah, it's a dick joke.
You know, now he did make some porn with the oh, what was it? Zootopia thing.
Why do you know about that, you furry?
What if Zootopia was an anime and then he made he basically did an uncensored version and a censored version for YouTube? Because it was at the nudist yoga area.
I think I've seen the anime on YouTube. The animation on YouTube.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I saw that when it came out on YouTube. I guess all the funny censoring, like the trees and stuff being in spots, aren't there in the real one. In
Yeah.
which case, I would assume everything would have to be flaccid anyways. Like I don't get the appeal, but I'm trying to think like it's weird what your mind sticks in your mind because I was like the Skullgirls developer's name is Mike, so and then I'm trying to apparently I forget Z and I put in an L, but then I can't remember Pat's last name and I talk to him like every week.
I'm not Mike Z.
Why not?
I
That
think he might
that
be
wasn't
Mike
what
Z.
I was. That's not what I was saying, but that seems strangely defensive. Is there anything you want to explain about that, Pat?
No,
Who's your favorite Skullgirls character?
I don't like Skullgirls.
That doesn't mean you can't have a favorite
That
character.
sounds a lot like Mike
Yeah.
Z.
That sounds like a lot like a person who has a favorite Skullgirl character, but is pretending that he doesn't like the game.
Yeah, fighting game players hate all fighting games, even the ones they play, especially the ones they play.
Especially the ones they make. Pat, do you own a fight stick?
I'm feeling attacked right now.
he was gonna
So
be
it's true.
yeah.
For
I'm feeling
no
attacked.
reason,
I'm feeling
being
attacked. Pat looks to the right and he sees like a whole bookshelf of every kind of fight stick imaginable.
He has an entire like arcade booth cabinet of like Street Fighter 2.
I don't like fighting.
Oh yeah,
He
just
loves
Pat-
them, that's why.
Pat, where were you on the night of the 2022 Street Fighter 6 tournament?
Taking a shower.
Yeah, where were you during EVO 2022? Was it watching mainline game Skullgirls?
Also taking a shower.
You're taking a
So
lot of
it
showers,
couldn't have
Pat. Nobody takes that many showers.
It couldn't have been me. I was taking a shower.
But
I
can
know, it
anyone
depends.
corroborate that
I know
info?
that some tournaments the men need to be clean.
no. Wait, I know.
It couldn't have been me. I was taking a shower.
I know,
that-
when you,
that's-
Who can
as soon as they
corroborate
say,
that?
can anyone corroborate the info? You just see Mike Z is logged in.
Yeah. Wait a minute. That can't be true. You play Dota 2. You only
I
shower
was
2
in the
times a
shower
year.
with him.
Hey,
You play Dota 2. You only take showers 2 times a year. Not like me, a League player, takes showers 4 times a year.
Yeah, we need to clean the salt out of the body. And the racial slurs.
No, but yeah, now the new
And the
meme in the
blood.
Warhammer thing is that Necrotron's got Jupiter, by the way. Because of the news.
I can't believe the
Oh.
Marines are.
Oh, okay, as in like a
missing
meme. Because
out.
I was about to say, the Necrons have fucking Jupiter in the Warhammer universe? How is Earth not fucking responding immediately? Like, you'd think
Oh,
if they were in the same
I don't
solar
think they
system.
live in
David.
actual Earth.
yeah, David, Earth was destroyed so long ago.
Alright,
There's
well,
no
as you can
Earth.
tell, I don't know the Warhammer lore very well, apparently. I
Neither do I,
thought...
but that just sounds like a normal assumption, considering
I just-
everything about Warhammer.
I mean, I kind of assumed the God Emperor of Mankind was on Earth. Like, I thought it was called, like, Terror or something stupid. Like, they changed the
I don't
name. But...
believe so. I might be wrong, but I don't believe
mean-
so. The joke is because they just saw like a neon green light in Jupiter, so the fucking whole community just been memeing about it.
Some aliens are on Jupiter having a cookout, and some guy's like, check out this new fire starter I got, and you just see that blip from space appear.
Yeah, because if you remember, Necrons kind of just look like metal skeletons with that shade of green and printed about in everything they make, really.
Alright, well, I'm gonna end the stream. If you guys want to play a game or something, we can find one, but I'm not sure if you guys want to do that at 9:30 p.m. Until next time, though.
Also, actually, Earth actually exists, apparently.
There you go.
Really?
It was just stripping of all forms of natural resources many millennia ago. Its soil is utterly barren, and its atmosphere is now fog of industrial pollution.
So absolutely no different than it is today. Until next time.